Hey my friends, I just wanted to address a question that I get pretty frequently, which is, do you think you could have healed without prolotherapy? And I want to be careful with what I say here because obviously I can't say with 100% certainty because I did get prolotherapy, and so obviously there's no way to know what would have happened had you gone down a different path. But I also don't want people to come to my channel and to see my videos about prolotherapy and think, oh, I can't afford prolotherapy, so there's no other way for me to heal. Personally, I see prolotherapy as it was a way for me to accelerate my healing, not the main contributor to my healing, if that makes sense. And I don't want to downplay the progress that it brought me and how much it helped my neck specifically, but I do really believe that I could have healed if I hadn't done prolotherapy. Something that was a really big turning point for me in my healing was fully believing that recovery was possible for me, not just wanting it, not just hoping it would happen, but fully believing that it could happen and that it would happen. And it sounds silly to say that, but it matters so much. Your thoughts impact your physical reality. It's hard to know exactly how to put it, but I stopped sort of desperately relying on a doctor or a new treatment to heal me, and I started to trust that my body could heal, that my body had an innate ability to heal. And it can just be difficult to access sometimes, and modern medicine doesn't teach healing the nervous system and how incredibly powerful that can be for healing chronic illness. And this is something that the Sparrow Clinic talks about a lot, and I'd highly recommend listening to Dr. Katinka's podcast. She's the doctor of the Sparrow Clinic, and she really believes in the nervous system being the key to unlocking the body's ability to heal, and that is something that I've become really passionate about as well. And I think another thing that is really helpful is to, instead of, obsessively researching your symptoms, to focus on recovery stories. Go to, the Chronic Comeback podcast and listen to Phil's podcast. He has a lot of great recovery stories from all sorts of chronic illnesses. I'm actually going to be going on that podcast soon, which I'm looking forward to. But as well as Dr. Katinka's podcast, Hope for Chronic Pain. And there are so many people that are healing from all sorts of conditions, including EDS. I've had lots of people message me saying that they were able to put it in remission, that they're doing amazing, whether it be through an animal-based diet or through neuroplasticity. And I've learned a lot about the connection between blood flow to the brain and how that impacts the nervous system. And if you're not getting proper blood flow to your brain, then you're most likely stuck in a chronic state of fight or flight, which isn't conducive to healing, right? And so it's just really interesting how some of these structural issues like instability can contribute to nervous system dysregulation. And I just find all of that so interesting, and I am excited to continue learning more about it and sharing more about it. But I guess one of my friends described all the things that I've been doing for my healing and my recovery as sort of a snowball effect. They're all working together to help me to heal. And personally, I believe that the biggest contributor to my healing, and my opinion has changed on this, but I think the biggest contributor to my healing has been brain retraining and nervous system regulation. And below that, I would say nutrition, but that's also related to nervous system regulation because what you eat literally wires your brain. Anyways, back to prolotherapy. Yes, it helped. Yes, it brought me progress, especially with being able to get out of my neck brace specifically. But when it came to dysautonomia symptoms and chronic fatigue and EDS related symptoms in other areas of my body, brain retraining and animal-based nutrition. I did the carnivore diet for a long time. Now I'm doing more of an animal-based approach. But completely cutting out processed foods, completely cutting out seed oils, and incorporating lots of animal-based foods rich in connective tissue. That has made a huge difference, but it's taken a long time since changing my diet to really be able to see the changes in my connective tissue, and I'll definitely do more videos about this in the future, but changing my diet has helped with my EDS related symptoms so much. But it's all been very gradual, and it wasn't something that, you know, I saw a lot of changes with in the first few weeks or even the first few months, but like I'm still continuing to see changes and to see improvements a year and a half later. So healing takes time, and that's okay. When we're healing from a lifetime of damage to our bodies, it takes a long time to recover, but the important thing is to believe that it's possible. Let yourself believe that it's possible. I definitely think taking my recovery into my own hands was just an empowering thing and a turning point for me. And so that's not to say that certain treatments can't help with your progress in your healing or help with recovery or support your body as it heals, but I think it's a dangerous thing to be relying, you know, solely on a specific treatment or a specific doctor to come and fix you, because it's really our bodies that are able to heal themselves. And that's something I believe strongly in. If you don't agree with me, that's okay. I'm so glad you're here. If you're in a difficult place right now, just know I'm rooting for you. I'm cheering you on, and don't give up hope. People can recover from the worst of places. I have heard several stories of people recovering that were significantly sicker than I was, and I was on the pretty darn severe spectrum of chronic illness, and I expect to recover 100%. I believe that. And as for the prolotherapy, it definitely helped me. It definitely felt like the right choice for me, and I'm glad that I did it, especially because I had the fusion surgery, and that makes the lower vertebra in my neck more vulnerable to injury and instability. And so I'm glad that I did it. I'm done with my treatments. Honestly, I hope to never get them again. As much as I appreciate what they did, I don't ever want to have those treatments again, and I really honestly, I don't think I will need to. And so yeah, interestingly enough, I have heard from quite a few people that have been able to heal from pretty severe CCI through an animal-based diet like carnivore, or through neuroplasticity, through brain retraining. Don't give up hope. People are recovering, and try to just let yourself believe that it's possible to recover. I will leave it at that for now, but I'll look forward to seeing you again very soon.